the one that got me was Fruit of the Basket.
Fruit of the Loom.
Yeah, that,
what about it?
It's in the basket.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's not. The basket was never a thing.
Shut up. Just don't shut up. Shut up.
No.
Shut up. Shut up.
I
Even I know there's a basket.
No.
Wait, is there?
It's a cornucopia.
Yes. I remember the cornucopia.
Yeah.
I remember it too. It was never a thing. The
Maybe
cornucopia is not a
How
thing.
is that in our heads?
That's what I'm trying to figure out too.
Severance.
Separate.
There you go. We're all severed.
So you're telling me they never upload? Maybe they updated the logo.
They
No,
have a
bro.
whole timeline of the logo.
No.
Never had it.
That's not true.
No, you need
bro.
to stop this.
Cause like,
They never had it.
nah.
They never ever had it.
Whoa. No, there's the cornucopia there.
That's not a real logo.
Nah, go on the web. Like literally, there's a fruit.
Why does it say fact check?
They got
why,
fruit.com.
No, why do we have to fact check this? Viral claim debunked? What?
Nah, Pete. I'm on the actual website right now.
They might have added it now, but it was never there.
I regret taking this podcast.
Hey, man, too late now.
So save face and blame the melanin, man. Some discredit where I'm from, but I rep Kettering, fam. They say it's luck and not my elegant plans, but I'm from PG ballin', took my shot like I'm Kevin Durant. Swish. A lot's changed, but I'm still me. Yeah.
See, my first anime was obviously DBZ.
Word.
Toonami.
Valid.
Like Adult Swim. Trigun. Samurai Champloo.
Ooh,
Valid.
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
of the best
Valid,
bits.
valid.
Best bits. Mm-hmm. I think the intro episode was like some dude rocking a jersey, Iverson jersey, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah, because the whole soundtrack was a hip hop soundtrack.
Yeah.
They had Nujabes on it, rest in peace. But yeah, that was.
like growing up on Toonami is like an experience that like you can't replicate. I feel like
yeah.
so many people don't know how it's like to grow up on Toonami. Period. You'll see Prince of Tennis. I didn't even watch Prince of Tennis. Prince of Tennis was there. Freaking Bobo. I don't know if you know that show. The guy with the afro, big like buff dude. Whatever. But yeah, no, Toonami was a really.
I don't
good
watch
time.
big buff dudes with afros.
It's an anime, bro.
Oh, my fault. I didn't hear the context.
Oh, I thought that was his first boyfriend that you were telling me about.
No. That guy had braids.
Ah.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Makes sense.
Y'all, I feel y'all.
That's what I'm telling you. When you watch Black Mirror, watch the VR episode. You'll relate to it, bro.
Yo, could we go outside for like 30 seconds just fight?
You know I'm a pacifist. I'm a
pacifist, bro. Stop playing with me.
word to capital Steez, man.
Capital Steez. I'm so
Ooh.
happy you brought up Cap, bro. That's
in
one of my
peace.
favorite lyricists, bro.
I just did a Joey Badass breakdown before I came here.
Oh wait, for real?
Yeah.
Joey's my favorite rapper.
I just did his third response now to everything.
Oh yeah.
Not really a response. It's kind of like more just.
Wait, give me
It's a
hip.
dope track. It's a dope track, but he doesn't like address anyone directly.
Wait, give
again.
me hip because I'm not hip to it.
Right. So this is the third one now. So the first one he dropped, like it was indirects, but you knew it was coming for Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
But the thing he also did
Wait,
was,
hold on, Kendrick.
yeah,
Yeah. You'd be surprised.
yeah. You need to tap in with this. Hang on. Like
Yeah.
he basically declared war on the whole West Coast because
Yeah.
he had like just indirects at the entire West Coast.
That's
Right?
crazy.
He said, what was it? Too much West Coast dick licking.
That's what he said. Yeah.
That's
And
crazy.
And he tried to position it as like East Coast versus West Coast.
Yeah.
But the problem was nobody on the East Coast started like jumping in with him, so it turned into like a 20v1. So like, you
So
had,
are
you,
other
but you
rappers
had
responding?
you had a bunch of like TDE diss him. You had Ray Vaughn diss him back. Daylight hopped in on it.
Daylight. Yeah. I
You
remember
had
that.
who else? The dude from Chicago, Mick Jenkins. Like he's up and coming. He's a dope lyricist. Like
He's not even up and coming. He's been in the game
No,
for a
he's
minute.
been.
now.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. That's
Mick Jenkins been in the game
very
for a
true.
while. He's
Very
just-
true. I misspoke on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like everybody started firing shots back at Joey. Where everybody's waiting on to see what Joey's gonna do, and Joey doesn't address anyone. Just like drops a track, has more indirects basically, and just kind of does whatever the hell he wants to do.
This time at J.
Right?
Cole.
Yeah. Instead he moves the goalpost. Yeah. Instead he goes, all right, I'm not even addressing that. Now I'm gonna start dissing J. Cole. Now we're gonna deal with J. Cole.
He says something
Wait,
like,
so like,
he says something like, "Oh, might delete later. You know, Joey won't do that," or something like that. Like,
Yeah, he had an obvious. It was an obvious.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was very
bar.
direct.
Yeah.
But like, it was like, what are you trying to say?
Yeah.
wait. So like, were any of the responses good? 'Cause I'm assuming Joey's was already better. Like, I'm gonna be very honest, just because I'm biased.
No, I rock with Joey heavy. I haven't listened to them.
I liked Daylight's responses. I think Daylight's second response was really good to Joey. Like the only issue that people are having with Joey right now is he's putting out dope tracks, but he continues to like just throw indirects but never address anyone.
Go back. It's like
So like everyone else is coming direct at him right now, and he still is refusing to go direct back, but he's the one who started the situation in the first place.
Yeah, you're initiating a back and forth,
Yeah.
but you're not engaging.
What's that one Big Sean Kendrick Lamar track that
Control?
Control, yeah, Control.
Yeah.
So with Control,
It was kind of like a control
Okay.
mentality. Like
Yeah.
that's what
that's what
Joey's
Joey's doing. That's what
Yeah.
I'm thinking right now.
Yeah.
It just wasn't name drops. It was just subliminals the whole
Yeah,
way.
yeah. Kendrick at least Kendrick had a list, didn't he? On
Yeah.
Control, like he called out everyone. But yeah, Joey's just been indirecting the whole time. But on the last track, it was funny because now he's talking about like, he was referencing a Kendrick bar, like if I catch a flight, it's gonna be direct.
Oh,
and he's
yeah.
talking about coming direct with it, but he
He's
has
not
yet to
being
come
direct.
direct with it. Like he's complaining about
I
everyone.
gotta tap in.
Yeah,
I
you
No,
got
I
it.
haven't
You
heard the
got
most
to.
recent one. Joey's funny, dude. He's really talented. I guess this is him coming back into the scene because he took a break. He takes breaks all the time.
You know what it has resulted in is like there's been some really dope tracks dropped around this whole situation.
Of
So if he
course.
didn't start it, then we wouldn't have had all of this that's been going on.
Man, how come
So-
whenever there's like dope tracks coming out, it's because of East Coast versus West Coast?
Because some beef,
Like-
man. It's like it's gotta be.
You think that's why? You think that's why 2016 was popping because there was no East Coast versus West Coast beef going on? Like, I'm just saying, like
2016.
2016, all of the SoundCloud rappers are popping up.
because there's no
There was
beef.
no
Now
East-
it's like
There's
everyone
nothing.
had to start new stuff.
Think about it, like you had back then. You had the 30 South versus New York, New York versus Cali, Cali versus Texas. Like everyone was repping their state, but then it goes away.
I feel like
And then
there's
we get
definitely
mumble
been
rap, right?
there's definitely been a return to more like regional hip hop
Yeah.
and like
Yes.
people trying to hone in more on their areas once more and like their sounds and their local sounds.
Yeah, I'm honestly, I think I prefer that more. than
I
just,
agree.
like, yeah, just because like there's like I want to rep DC, but
we don't got as much representation right now.
If it's
At least
not
that are
go-go,
big.
it's a no-no. Like that's
Yeah.
the only problem.
Yeah.
Like, coming up like playing shows in DC because obviously this is my area. Like it was hard to tap in because there
Yeah.
just wasn't a lot of really hip hop venues because go-go is so big. So like
Right.
either like a lot of people would cross over, they'd mix in some go-go, but like you'd have to go up to like Be More and like try to tap into Be More. But
Yeah.
you're coming from DC. There's still a little bit of a
there's-
disconnect from the
Yeah.
DC to Be
That's
More
very
thing.
true.
you
They don't
know?
even say Be More's
So-
DMV,
Yeah.
so it's like there's always gonna be a disconnect there. I feel like just in general, like for a while, and I do agree with you guys. Like I love the regional representation now because like for a while it was just New York and Atlanta.
Yeah.
So now that people are like coming out and like sort of representing their thing, and you can
I mean,
always
yeah, we've had some good music come out of DMV
Of
for
course.
sure. Like obviously Corday's doing his thing,
salute to Corday.
right? Salute to Corday.
Crossroads is a
He's
great
PG, man. Crossroads is great.
Crossroads
I
is a
love
great
Crossroads. Logic did his thing for a while. Wale did his thing for a while. Of
course.
King Los is still spitting crazy out of Be More. IDK. Yeah, we got
IDK.
some dope artists, man.
I just one thing I like about Wale is him adding go-go to his album. I rock with that heavy. Like that's it.
Everyone knows he's from DMV, and like I feel like he pushes that a lot. Like that's like he makes that his image. Like DMV, you think DMV?
Well, look at his hit,
Yeah.
PG Chillin'.
See what I'm saying?
PG chillin',
yeah.
my name Wale, and I came to
Like
get
he's
it.
never let that go. It's like how people are so quick to be like, I'm from New York, I'm from here, I'm from. Especially like people that are from New York are really quick to say that they're from New York. When you think like Wale is really synonymous with the DMV,
Yeah.
and I feel like it's
And I think, the DMV loves him for that. But
and even
I
through like what
agree.
he wears as well, like phone posits and all that type of stuff, sort of like really making that his image. And I feel like it's good to have that because we don't have that many people really representing the DMV that much.
We need more of that.
And that's why I commend you on putting DMV in your freaking username.
Yeah, man.
Because it's like that's how I knew he was from the DMV because his Instagram's literally Knox Hill DMV.
Hey, let's go.
Like literally, I don't really do interviews. I don't really take on podcasts. But the second that he reached out, and then I just looked and I saw DMV, I'm like,
Hey,
like
hey,
I
you hear
didn't
that?
even need to know. Like I
Yo.
was like, all right, let's do it. Let's make it happen.
And just also for a lot of the viewers, this goes real specifically to you, Charlie. When I told you I had a white cousin, you did not believe me. This is him, Knox. So yeah, this is my cousin right here, man. He's also the first white guy we had on the podcast.
Oh, clap
too.
it up, clap it up,
Am
clap
I
it
the
up.
first? I'm the
First white person I won in a melanin. This is
Wow.
lovely, you know?
And yeah, so Charlie, you owe me $10. And he can
And
he'll
how
vouch for
messed
me.
up is this too? You had to go into PG to get me too.
Exactly.
That's
I feel like you could have
Yeah.
just gone in Virginia here and grabbed someone quicker.
Yeah, but
See what I'm
I
saying?
had to get my actual cousin like by blood too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving is wild.
Yeah,
Like-
oh, bro. Thanksgiving
Yeah.
we.
I got invited this past year, bro. Enjoy every time. Joe Bada, this lovely. You would think he wouldn't like mesh. Everyone meshes so well. There was even a cornucopia there.
There was. We did a Fruit of the Loom. Just ran it back to that.
Just cosplay.
Yeah, we did.
I'm still pissed off about that, dude. So you're telling me there really is no cornucopia on the Fruit of the Loom logo?
No.
There has to be. I'm gonna like try to find.
'Cause
like,
no.
I think there's still like a bag of like my old clothes when I grew up. Like I'm gonna like dig through that and try to find like that Fruit of the Loom T-shirt. And
I
that
swear they're
tag.
trolling.
It's gotta
us.
happen.
I swear they're trolling us. There's no way.
You want to hear something that's even crazier?
What's that?
This is you know how like people say Nick Cannon has like 20 kids?
Yeah.
He only has 4.
Shut up.
He only has 4.
No.
Nick Cannon only has 4 kids. Look it up. I'm not even messing with you guys.
I don't believe a word you're saying.
Look it up. Just
Well-
look it up right now. I'm telling you.
I just have to keep doing deep breaths like this whole
How
podcast.
many
Like I'm gonna need therapy
kids
after this.
does Nick Cannon have? Hold on. Nick Cannon have.
The fact that you have to Google it when you know the answer was right, you got to be confident in yourself, bro.
Nick
Like, what are
Cannon
you doing?
I just wanted to double check. Nick
Okay.
Cannon has 12 children with
Be-
6 different women.
Be
There
confident
it
in
is.
yourself.
See?
I just wanted to
You got
make
it.
sure I'm saying the right thing.
Yeah, no, but I was wrong. On purpose. I was
But
hoping
the
you would
way
be
that you
confident.
presented it.
Yeah. But see, you can lie,
You know,
as
this
long
goes-
as it's not convincing. That's it.
I was going to say, this goes into a much deeper political topic at one point.
Stay woke, bro.
Everything we're being fed is lies. It's like, nah, we're not going
We're all severed.
to wake up, America. Inner stand. It's like, I don't know. Welcome to One in the Mountain. How y'all doing today?
Was good.
If we haven't introduced him already, we have Knox Hill in the building. Clap it up for Knox Hill.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Tell him who you are. Tell him what you do. Tell us where you came from.
Sometimes I make videos and people watch them.
Where?
Yeah. And I'm from the DMV.
That's a good way to put it.
Simple as that.
Sometimes I make videos and sometimes people watch it. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Sometimes I make sounds too, and like people listen to that, and that's pretty dope as well.
Fair
No,
enough.
honestly, like YouTuber, content creator, rapper, you know, play shows, do live streams, make daily content, and grind. That's the name of the game. I mean, I've been on YouTube for over 10 years.
Damn.
Decade plus. I know.
Damn.
I know. And the thing is like, it was just persistence. Like, I had a few videos that did really well. Like, I had a few songs that, like, took off, but, like, I never really went anywhere. Probably, like, first 7 years of it. And then all of a sudden, I'd say, like, the past, like, 3-4 years is when things just started to...
Do you remember the
Take
first
off.
video that ever, like, was doing numbers? And what was that moment like?
Yeah. How'd that feel?
Yeah, it was wild because, like, getting started then, YouTube was very different than it is today.
Yeah.
You
Of
know,
course.
you didn't have like a lot of examples of people that were making a living off of YouTube yet, right? And it was still like what? There was no one really in the music space I can think of that was like doing it independently yet and like blowing up. You know, it was like you kind of looked at YouTube. You didn't look at it for music. You looked at like the Philip DeFrancos and you looked at
Like
was
Ray
it?
William Johnson,
Angry Orange.
Snoopy
Yeah.
Giga, Smosh, like that type of
Yeah,
stuff.
Smosh and all that. Yeah, exactly. So it's been wild to just watch the ecosystem just totally change over the years and shift. But hey, I think it's really empowered independent artists. And like we were talking about, like it's given me a platform to further my music, my sound, and further the DMV too.
Honestly, because like you said, that was back when skits were more popular, more than anything.
Yeah.
Because nowadays you can see, and we talked about this before, a lot of skit creators have millions of subscribers, but they only get like a few thousand views now.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's also been wild is watching like big creators take off, build these massive platforms, and then just
The climate has shifted so much, and you would think that they'd still get their videos pushed out to those millions of subscribers, but clearly not because they're not getting the views no more.
that's the cynical thing I think with the algorithm is like I have 1.5 million subscribers. I publish a video, 1.5 million people are not going to watch that video.
Yeah.
They're not even going to be served a notification. Only 5% of my audience is going to get served a notification. So
That's
it's like
crazy.
if you want to have the equivalent of 1.5 mil, you have to have 100 mil. Like you have to keep blowing up essentially.
Yeah.
Like it just, the algorithm just gets you to keep in this endless game of growth and analytics really. So, I mean,
Just
it
cat
can
and
drive you
mouse,
crazy.
like, yeah, just keeps going. It's like cat and
Yeah,
mouse.
I mean, it's the same with all social media platforms now. Like Insta, like when you make a post, you're only going to get a very small percentage of your audience served it. So it's like just trying to, as a creator, like build moats really so that, you know, maybe part of your audience sees it on Insta, maybe part of your audience sees it on X, maybe part of your audience sees it on YouTube. Maybe you leverage like YouTube posts or shorts in different ways to like just create contact points now because it's
That's
it's
the
wild.
crazy thing about the algorithm. Like the fact that we have algorithms running everything.
Yeah.
And they're all entirely different on each platform as well. So what
Yeah.
works on one platform may not work on another platform.
Hey.
Very true.
So it's so interesting, bro.
You know what's crazy too? I just gotta get this off my chest.
Yeah, go for it.
Real pages.
Real pages.
Pages.
Oh, we're doing this right now?
Yeah, we gotta do this. We gotta do this.
He has a vendetta against
We're not-
pages.
So
Go on.
So for those that don't know, Real Pages is a company that basically is the rental property mafia. They price gouge. They will manipulate the market, ensuring that prices are high for apartments. Look into it. That algorithm is really, really hurting us.
There goes our
That's
real
it. That's
pages.
that's
Our
it.
real pages
That's my rant for
sponsorship.
today. That's
This video is not sponsored by Real Pages.
this
Probably never will get sponsored by real pages now.
When you're editing that, I
Can
need
we put the logo?
There's a disclaimer, right?
I need you to do that.
I got you.
With his voice, too, I just need that. That is.
That's lovely.
That is
That's
chef's
lovely.
kiss.
That's lovely.
But yeah, now
funny.
back to YouTube algorithm. Search up milk on TikTok.
No, wait, what? Why?
That's actually a trend right now.
Searching
Wait,
milk
what?
on
Searching
TikTok?
up milk on TikTok and see what your feed looks like. Describes who you are.
Milk.
Milk,
Milk's just such an off word to me for whatever reason.
right?
Yeah.
But yeah, milk. It's for me. Alhamdulillah.
I mean, what are we talking? We talking 2%? We talking whole or?
No, we're talking about if you're freaky or if you're not freaky.
Essentially.
Or if you're like, it's for me, I just get like funny milk memes.
Understood.
Some people you can see what kind of side of TikTok they're on. Like it is
Fair enough.
Yeah, so
My For You page on TikTok is really calm. I'd probably say it's the most PG out of everything that I have on my phone. It's fun. It's just funny content, just comedians and stuff. So it's chill.
not the buff guy with the afro.
Have you never watched Boba before?
say it 3 times fast, please.
No, because I don't even know
You
how
might
many.
appear if you.
I don't even know how many.
Can't even
I don't even know how many bows are inside the title. Like I'm just like Boba. That's gonna bother me. Hold on. Y'all continue talking.
See,
I just wanna...
he says that his For You page is very, family friendly.
Of course it is.
I find it convenient that everything's recording right now. That's not what he said before.
Yeah,
Remember when he was showing us before?
He said, "Hey,
Fake news.
He said, hey,
putting out a narrative.
let me
Then
show
trying
you
to
about
lie
this
on my
milk
name.
trend real quick.
It'd be your own family
He's the one who
members,
told
bro.
me about the milk trend.
It'd be your own family members, bro.
Yo,
We bring our white cousins out here. We're trying to be cohesive and be friendly.
I
but they
gotta
try to
stick
put
with
me
my
out on
family,
blast.
like
We're literally cousins. You can't beat this this blonde blood. Like
Come on.
I'm still
like-
family. Though. Am I
Yeah,
not family?
You are family, but like this is my blood cousin.
Yeah.
Like
This,
like blood is thicker.
you're still my brother. You're like my brother, but this is cousin. Like
bruh.
I'm saying.
like.
I feel like I'm in like the WWE right now. They're having like the whole bloodline mess.
Would you ever do a WWE match?
Absolutely.
For real?
Yeah.
So we had
Bro, I called out The Rock on our last podcast episode, bro. I'm all for it. I'd do it.
Would you want to? Well, okay, in the contract, would you want to win or lose?
Would I want to win? Why would I want to lose?
Would you ever do WWE?
If I could be a villain, I'd lose.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's where I was going with.
Yeah.
I want to be the villain.
Yeah.
I want this one. I want
Yeah,
to be
you
the
can have
villain.
so much more fun with that.
People,
Exactly.
people like villains more. In hindsight, unless you're John Cena or something, like people like villains more because you stand out more.
I want to like battle against John Cena, and when he does this, I'm like, yo, I still see you. I still see you, son.
This is corny. Get them jorts out of here, brother. Do something out of style for the past 10 years.
Hey, he's still rocking with it. I
course.
respect that.
He's on his retirement tour, dude. He's almost done.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
John Cena's been wrestling for mad long, dude. When you think WWE, you think John Cena. So it's like, for him to finally be on his retirement tour, it's like, damn, like everyone's getting older now, dude.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting older.
Yeah, but you could have said that like back about The Rock when you used to think about it back then. Like it was all about The Rock, and then
Yeah.
I feel like it's on to the next one.
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan, yeah.
The way people don't rock with Hulk Hogan, it's insane.
Well, okay, he did it to himself.
No,
yeah.
I know. But like literally, the first episode of Raw this year in January, he showed up, and the way they booed him out the arena was ridiculous.
Wait, they booed him out?
Yeah, it was on Netflix.
Yeah, it was on Netflix.
They booed him out.
Yes.
Yeah, like they were booing him. Like they wouldn't even let him get words out like that. Like he thinks he's around them like, yeah, Hulkamaniacs, yeah. Like, they're like, get out of here, bro. Nah, it was bad, bro. It was bad.
See, I'm cool with. I like the idea of a WWE villain, but not a real villain.
I think he embraced the villain too much.
Yeah.
He really went off on one. So.
Hulk is... Golly, bro.
Hey, so speaking of villains, who's your favorite villains?
Oh, that's a good. Well,
Vegeta?
Oh, could you argue though? Yeah. Oh,
I mean, OG Vegeta's a villain.
OG Vegeta.
Yeah,
OG
like the
Vegeta.
first time you
Was
see
he a villain?
The first time you see him, bro.
This is the question.
But he was always doing it for
This is the philosophy we're getting into
I
now.
was trying
right?
to kill Gohan, and Gohan was
Dragon
like,
Ball Z philosophy.
All right, let's get into
In
it.
his mind, was he ever the villain? Really, he was just doing what he was raised to do.
Yeah,
always.
and he was doing it in the name of the sane people.
But
Yeah.
our villains in their minds, do they ever think they're villains though? Like they always have a reason for it.
I mean, one of Joker's henchmen is trying to save up money for college, so Batman beats him up.
I mean, all right, Dark Knight Joker was definitely aware and just loved chaos and embraced chaos. Like, I would say that's a villain that knew that they were doing awful things and
That's fair.
wasn't trying to justify it.
Yeah, some people just like
Just
it just for
leaning
yeah,
into it.
And Joaquin Phoenix, his Joker was someone who went through struggle.
That's true. So that one's well, justified is based on it's subjective.
Yeah.
Whether you believe that it's justified is based on what you think about it. But is Vegeta a villain? Not anymore. Obviously not. But at one point, absolutely, I'd say.
Go on, favorite villain. Go
Favorite villain. My favorite villain, I'd say Madara from Naruto. I think he's my favorite villain.
Madara, really?
I like Madara. I think he's a good villain. Just because I feel
on.
like
Really?
he just...
No, you have to justify this.
Yeah, no,
Are
I
we
feel like-
just saying this because we just want to plug Naruto right now?
Two reasons. For one, because I want to play Naruto, and two, because I feel like he really like. I feel like the name Madara alone, just throughout the entire series, we didn't even know who he was exactly. Someone was cosplaying as Madara. That showed how much presence he had. And then when he came out, he literally he toyed with everybody.
Yeah.
And it was at a point where, and the thing is, even he felt justified because he wanted to, put out his project Tsukinome or whatever and try to make everyone live in a dream so they don't have to stress. But at the same time, he's just trying to
get people
control the
severed.
entire world. Yeah, he's just trying to control the entire world. So it's it's sick thoughts and he's powerful. So I feel that makes a good villain, who has also somewhat justified.
Hold on.
Go on.
Do you think Ben Stiller got the idea for Severance or whoever the showrunner is of Severance from Madara?
I mean, what is it? Like, what's the philosophy? There is no original creativity. Every creative idea is borrowed in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah. The ether.
So there could be.
Is that what it was? The ether. Yeah. The source.
So I'm gonna keep that in my journal tonight.
Parallels. I'm gonna say Madara though. Madara's probably my favorite villain.
For me, my villain, he is someone who is tunnel vision. He has always maintained the same goal, but he never let it corrupt his heart.
Oh, I know someone else too.
He is constant. He wants to do the best by his wife, and his wife is supportive of him and his decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And he knows someone who is a capitalist warlord who wants to just take in all the profit as much as he can on the backs of two underpaid employees. Plankton.
I was just about to say you were talking about Plankton. I caught it, but I hate you. I caught it.
That was a setup right there.
I love that.
I love the lead in narration.
Thank you. I really,
No, sure, no,
because
that
think
was
about it.
good.
Like, if you really break it down,
I caught that.
Plankton has been consistent.
I caught that.
I want to
But they
switch
were
up on my
friends,
villain.
though.
I want to switch up. My favorite villain, right, is related to me, but different melanin levels. And
Understood.
every Thanksgiving, he says that he's going to bring something and contribute to the family meal, and he always shows up and just never does it, never follows through. Right? He leaves early. I love spending time with him. I feel like he doesn't return my calls. He doesn't really get back to me anymore. And now all of a sudden that I'm a big YouTuber, he's like, oh, come on my podcast, come hang out with me. And it's okay, fine. As long as I get to spend time with you.
Hey, Bilal, you
Yo,
messed up for that,
that's
man.
so crazy.
You messed up for that, man.
I caught that one too. Why y'all throwing subs, bro? We all a family here. You trying to be like Joey Badass? Come throwing out
Yeah,
subs?
I
Only
know.
subs?
I'm never coming direct.
I'm on Yo, Joey, we love
I'm
you,
on the
dog.
Joey. I'm on the Joey connecting flight. So
That's crazy,
You know
bro.
what was the person that came to my mind, though? That 50 Cent meme. Why'd he say
Why you say F me for? Wow. If I could think of another villain, one that came to my head was Kid Buu. from Dragon Ball Z.
Ooh, Kid Buu.
Just
That's
because
a
he was
good
just grimy, just for the
He
sole
did not
purpose of being
care.
grimy.
He did not care.
Just an evil guy, just to be evil. Popped up and just destroyed the planet.
The best villains have to have some charisma. Like,
Yeah.
Understandable.
The best villains got to get you rooting for them.
Yeah,
You know?
because like if you're just pure evil, just for the sake of being pure evil, and not even for the purpose of trying to appeal to nobody, I guess I can see why that's like, yeah.
Nah, you know who the most evil character in Harry Potter is in the franchise? His uncle. Harry Potter's
Yeah.
uncle is the most evil guy because he had no reason
Because even Dudley gets some redeeming qualities about himself as it goes on.
exactly. The uncle
The
hated
uncle
him
has no redeeming qualities.
whatsoever. He did not for no reason, not even related to him. No bias, no issue with Harry's mother or father. Just did not like Harry.
Yeah.
Like I was at the Wizard World and I forgot his name. The guy who betrayed Harry's father. What's his name?
Wormtail.
Wormtail, right? Someone told me. Someone at the Wizard World was saying, "Oh, Wormtail is the most evil character."
I haven't watched after Sorcerer's Stone, so I generally
for real?
don't know a lot of the context you're referring to right now.
What?
I just haven't. This is what I'm talking about. Like
We need to go back to your childhood right now.
I'm so
we need-
deprived.
we
It's
need to
ridiculous.
fix the
There's so many things I
situation.
haven't seen, haven't ate, haven't watched.
There's a new one.
They're making a TV series? Who? HBO's doing it. All right, I have a little bit of hope then if HBO's doing it. I thought you were going to say like Amazon Prime's going to take it and throw like $200 million at it and just mess it up. You know, like,
No.
I feel like that's how it is. Interesting.
Okay, bet.
Really?
Yeah, wait.
They should do that with One Piece.
Hogwarts?
around Harry Potter's story? Really?
10 episodes?
Wow.
There's definitely not going to get enough.
Okay.
10 seasons. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, 10 episodes per
I'm
season.
there.
Yeah.
I'm there. I got my one. My.
I wonder who they're going to
Oh,
cast.
yeah, you have the wand. Yeah.
They already got it all lined up?
Dumbledore. Oh yeah. But it's like we're comparing him to the old.
You can't get OG. Yeah, you can't get OG.
Huh?
Don't. Let me not say it.
Who?
Hold on, I'm trying to guess. Wait.
one for Dumbledore and I saw one for Snape.
Trying to make Snape black? They're going to get Snoop Dogg? Like, what are they going to do?
Snoop Dogg and
Snoop
Snake?
Dogg?
Snoop Dogg and Snape would be lit.
Snoop Dogg as
I feel like that's somewhat fitting for
Snoop
whatever
Dogg
reason.
as Snape is crazy. Well, hold on. Okay. Recast.
I feel like that's a great cast right there.
That to me is
I would tune in for that.
Yeah, I think that's fitting.
he will go up to Draco. Listen, nephew. Like, nah, I don't want to
Yeah.
hear that. Like, I can't see Snoop Dogg like hitting somebody in the back of the head with a book. I can't.
Let's think
that's
this through though, right?
Okay.
What's a critique of Snoop over the years? One side, other side, flip flopping.
He be doing.
Snape.
Oh!
What side is he on? One
I
side,
see
the
the
other.
vision. I see the vision.
It's
You're
there.
right.
Cast
there.
Snoop Dogg as Snape. They already got the SN and P. So it's like Snape. It's like right there. It's right there for you.
You could make Voldemort Suge Knight then.
Oh, he's gonna hang
Is
Harry,
this just gonna be
hang
based-
Harry over the balcony.
So Vanilla Ice is Harry? What are we doing?
give me those royalties, Harry.
This is so bad. We might as well go all the way with it. Like we have to find out who fits where.
Cillian Murphy. Oh, okay.
He's
Shout out
Voldemort. Oh, he's dope. I like Killian.
Who plays Ron
to-
Weasley?
Ooh, Ron Weasley.
Because the
Yeah,
Vanilla Ice is
I
supposed
actually
to be Harry.
like one of the most underrated characters for me in the films is Rupert Grint, who plays Ron Weasley.
Okay.
I
I never.
like-
You know
I
what's
like
crazy?
it.
I was
Yeah.
actually thinking this the other day. I don't know his name.
I didn't
I
actually
never
know
knew
his
his- I
name,
never
and
knew
then it
his-
was weird. What was it? Like a few years ago, someone wanted me to do like a collaboration with Rupert Grint, and I'm like, who is Rupert Grint? And they're like, Harry Potter, and I'm like, no, that's not Harry Potter. And they're like, no, he's in
That's
Harry
Radcliffe,
Potter. So
yeah.
that's how I found out who Rupert Grint was, but I never.
They could have
never
just
knew
said
that either.
Ron Weasley. That's
I never knew his.
Yeah.
I never knew his actual name. Yeah, because Emma Watson, Radcliffe, but I never.
That's
knew
what I mean. Like
yeah.
everybody knows Emma, everybody knows Radcliffe, but nobody ever knows Rupert Grint.
Damn.
no one
Underrated.
ever knows Rupert.
Underrated.
That could,
Yeah, they called him Sakura, bro. That's kind of grimy.
you know what? Wait, going back to villains. All right, so Voldemort is really the worst villain because when I broke it down, right?
Okay.
He spent his second coming of life, right, in human form, going after a high school kid.
What about Orochimaru?
And a high school. His whole premise.
What are you flipping like? Are you saying Voldemort's a PDF file? Is that where we're
No,
going?
I'm
with
not
this?
saying that. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is,
So
Definitely don't waste
Voldemort's not like us now? Is that what we're
No, no.
doing? Like, is that where we're going?
where I'm going with.
That's so good. Like,
No. This is where I'm going with it, right?
Yes.
Voldemort had so much power, he really could have just taken over the world. He focused on a high school.
Because of the prophecy, though.
Right. Could have just taken over the world and ended the prophecy. Had everyone follow him, taking over the world.
I mean, yeah,
Destroy the prophecy.
he did get obsessed with an underage teenager.
And also the other thing too.
just the rap climate nowadays just makes it so bad.
And here's the other thing too, right? Harry Potter had everything, right? J.K. Rowling gave him the entire blueprint to be a villain.
Yeah.
Harry should have became a villain. I swear it would have been so much better if Harry became a villain.
What was it? Because she started playing with the darkness in book 5, wasn't it? Order of the Phoenix.
Order of the Phoenix.
When he was like starting to let the anger overtake him, and he was tapping in with Voldemort with the connection.
Yeah, and Ron was
Yeah.
like Ron
Tapping
was
in with
was
Voldemort
not
connection.
that. But I think also Goblet of Fire too set it off for him
See,
too.
you're right. Like there's potential there. I feel like sometimes people go out of their way to like take a villain, do the hero arc, do the redemption story, and then flip it the other way.
Yeah.
But it's really hard to take the hero that everybody really likes and make a successful villain out of them.
Yeah,
I'm going to like Game of Thrones now. Like right, Khaleesi. Everybody hated that when she turned into a villain
But
in that arc.
I never watched it.
No,
watched Game of Thrones?
Neither have I.
no.
Oh.
What?
But that's not surprising, is it? Right? Like,
Yeah,
I haven't watched many things.
We're gonna give you a list after this.
Please.
Yeah.
We're gonna put you through it. We got
lot
Black
in the
Mirror
room.
for you. We got a lot for you.
The Matrix? I haven't watched that either.
Yo, lying.
I swear to God.
you never watched
Wait,
Matrix?
what?
I never watched The
That one I
Matrix.
can't let go.
Right, I'm gone.
No, I haven't watched so many things, dude. I feel like I'm just not tapped in.
You know what I hate about Family Guy?
So serious.
Family Guy low-key ruined The Matrix for me because of this one scene where Peter is like, the brothers who made The Matrix are sisters now. The brothers who made The Matrix are sisters now. And so I looked it up, and it's right. It's true. And yeah, Peter Griffin made me mad. Like,
What, the Wachowski brothers?
they're sisters.
What?
They're sisters.
No, I was not tapped into that.
They're both
recently.
sisters.
Right.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Shout out to Family Guy, getting us informed.
Family Guy ruins a lot of things, though.
Oh, yeah. No,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
They're very good at that.
It
Like
is.
just making a satire out of everything that you love.
That
And
in
just,
that
yeah.
in South Park.
You know, but South Park, they do political satire, right? Family Guy will outright just make fun of someone or something or just whatever, and they try to play it off as a fart joke.
Tight.
Yeah.
I can
South
see
Park,
that.
they'll put a little like, hey, we're gonna make fun of like the Ozempic situation, but we're gonna make it about like we're gonna call the drug Lizzo and make people like happy to be their weight. Like
It's
like
like
it's like they do
Yeah.
like quirky spin-offs, right? Family
Yeah.
Guy will be like, hey, you're fat.
Yeah, that's true. That's
the
true.
joke.
The
Like,
thing with South Park that you can like that's like offensive, but you can respect it to a degree. Respect that they don't mind going all the way with it when it comes to like
yeah.
if they're gonna offend you or if they're gonna offend something, they're gonna offend everything. So it's like
Isn't Kendrick doing a South Park collaboration?
I think so. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, for
I
real?
think so. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
think so,
Kendrick is a good actor. I actually like his.
I saw his. Was it Power that he was in?
Yeah.
I saw the clips from that. He's hilarious, dude.
Yo, so back to you, Knox. Right. So being someone who plays a role within the music industry, who would you say? Actually, I don't know if you want to like answer this question, but who would you say is hip hop's biggest villain?
Right now? Or of general all time?
Let's say, because general of all time, I feel like that like leads to like two people, Suge and Diddy. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
But
That's exactly where I was going.
Yeah.
That's
Valid,
exactly
valid,
where I was
valid,
going.
valid.
so let's say within.
And actually, you could probably even say like Diddy is bigger than Suge, depending on
Oh
what
yeah,
you
no,
believe.
100%. Diddy is
Right? If you believe all the connections from Diddy to Big to Pac,
Yeah.
and that's biggest villain for me
Yep.
of all time, and
Understandable.
the impact that he had. Or if you think that Suge is responsible for both, then you can make an argument that Suge is the biggest villain of all time.
Yeah.
Maybe biggest instigator of all
I
time.
feel East Coast, West Coast, they got the crown for sure.
Yeah.
But so let's just say biggest villain that hasn't done like something heinous, and they're not like locked up or anything. They're just a villain in general.
I mean, right now, again, it depends on your perspective, but I feel like Drake is definitely like one of the biggest villains in hip hop, just because it's like
yeah.
a lot of people want to see Drake lose, like rooting for that's rooting for a villain, isn't it? Because you want to see the villain lose. So Drake is kind of a villain right now because there's a lot of people who want to see him fail and who want to see him lose. I would say beyond that, biggest villain, and yet people love him, 50 Cent.
That's the right answer. That was my answer.
I think that's valid.
But Drake is valid too.
Yeah.
Drake's valid because he's enemy number one.
Yeah.
So I understand
But
that perspective.
that's like the here and now.
But
But I would say if
at the
we're talking like past decade, 50.
50, I can see that
Gotta
too.
be 50.
I watched a video on that recently. Like he's just, bro. He literally came out. Whatever. He literally came out and like dissed. Who was it that just passed away?
Bro, 50 just is everyone.
I know.
How to rob,
Irv
like
Irv Gotti. But like just in general.
How to rob.
And
Yeah.
just in general, how to rob. Yeah. But just in general, he's someone that's really, really, really petty. He doesn't forget anything. So it's like if he's beefing with you, he's beefing with you for life. So he don't.
Well,
he don't hold back on
I'll
that.
go deeper, right? 50, there's been a lot of talks of he had a lot of conversations going into the beef between Drake and Kendrick because he's closer to Drake. So he was like advising Drake on how to move in beefs and with trolling and stuff. So like maybe 50 passing on the torch in that situation.
Interesting.
That's actually a good way to put it.
Interesting.
But now you brought up how to rob, and one of the line that makes me geek to this day is when 50 said, "I would rob ODB, but I feel like that'd be a waste of time." I really had to sit there and just like, yo, that is so funny and disrespectful at the same time because like,
50 said so many things that are disrespectful just objectively over the years, but like people just are like, that's just 50.
That's just
like
50, right?
he's built his whole persona around that you just accept it. I feel like certain artists can get away with more than other artists can,
right?
because of how they've built up what their brand is, what their persona is, like who they are. You know
Kodak
what I mean?
Black.
But like I feel like, but Kodak Black cannot do the same thing that 50. I don't think any rapper could
No,
because
definitely not the same way, but
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
like just with regards to like how he's sort of presented himself.
Okay,
I feel
yeah,
like a lot
yeah.
of stuff people just, that's just Kodak. He's just wilding out.
But I think too, like it's easier when you have someone of the older generation because they can call back. Well, in my time, you know, we just we said all this stuff and it was okay, you know, and they'll
Tight.
just fall back on that. So they're
Type,
like,
yeah.
all right.
So
Whereas,
then they're stuck in their ways. Type
yeah.
thing,
Whereas I think it's harder to have like a newer generation villain. I feel like
I feel like people get bored of you.
because, yeah.
Wait, but hold on. Wait, 50 Cent? All right, 50 Cent is Batman, all right, in this scenario. Just hear me out. 50 Cent is Batman in this scenario, right?
Go on. There we go.
And Ja Rule is like a retired henchman. And 50 Cent is just going out of his way to always get at the henchman no matter what.
Yeah.
Because he automatically thinks he's a villain, so he just goes after him.
Always got to beat him up just to beat him up. It's like
Bro, like when he bought his concert tickets.
Exactly. Like, that is so evil.
Yes.
It's so...
Like, why do that? Like, 50 is so successful, and he doesn't ever have to worry about Ja Rule again. And yet, it's just like he goes out of his way. Like, he has his secretary put it in his schedule. F with Ja Rule today. And he's like, all right, bet. I'm on it.
You know
like,
that reminds me of?
like, literally.
You know what that reminds you of? That reminds you of, have you ever watched Powerpuff Girls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Mojo Jojo was in jail,
Yeah.
and they went out their way to go to the jail just to beat him up. It's like, why?
That's what 50
That's
Cent
a
is
50
doing.
move right there.
It's like, what's the
50
point of doing that?
50 Cent is the Powerpuff Girls. You're right.
Yeah,
Nah.
50 Cent is all three of them together.
You know what I read that was interesting that I didn't realize during the time because, you know, like the beef is happening, and I think it was just like a perfect storm because Murder Inc. was getting sued at the time.
Yes.
Right? So they had a cease and desist. So while Shady Records and obviously 50 Cent at Shady, like, well, they're dropping all these diss tracks, people are like, well, they ended Ja Rule's career, but Ja Rule during that period couldn't really release anything. And then, like, behind the scenes, 50 even had a lawsuit out on Ja Rule that didn't hit the headlines the same as, obviously, we're talking lawsuits today and how much, so different time period. But Ja Rule was basically tied up behind the scenes. right? So
that was
there were some
inevitable.
very underhanded things that were done during that situation to like kind of mute him, so we couldn't have the same output to match the diss tracks that Shady and Camp and everyone was dropping on him. So is Ja Rule really the villain that a lot of people make him out to be, or is 50 the true villain? But his master stroke was making everyone think Ja Rule was the villain.
That's kinda,
I'm dumbfounded.
Yeah,
I know. See, I'm
that's kind of genius,
yeah.
you know. It's like
I know.
So
pretty much homie had him
Yeah,
handcuffed.
I've just started looking into this. Like, it's a really interesting theory, and I just watched a video on it the other day. So I want to like do more research on this because I'm like,
interesting.
wow. And then you start looking it up, and you see, yeah, there was a
Hands
lawsuit.
down.
50 did sue Ja Rule back. Like, it's wow.
hands down, 50 Cent is the super
yeah.
villain.
Yeah,
Because
hip-hop
that's a
super villain by
mastermind
far.
evil villain. Like, oh, he can't do anything. I'm
Yeah.
going to just
Yeah, and also the feds were on Murder Inc. then, so
right.
wasn't FBI? The FBI was investigating them then. Yeah, so they were literally tied up.
It's funny we're talking about lawsuits. Let's get into this now. So when it comes to the whole, obviously for those who don't already know, Drake's lawsuit against UMG, right? He made an effort to mention a lot of different YouTube reactors in his lawsuit for the purpose of them potentially putting out narratives and the fact that they weren't initially getting copyright struck or whatever off of Kendrick's videos. They're trying to push a narrative, co-sign him, influencing their audience to go against Drake, essentially. How do you feel? How did you feel not being one of the people name dropped, but being amongst the community that they're involving amongst this beef?
See, that's the thing is, you know, the beauty of the internet is like people see a headline and then they'll just accept whatever narrative that supports what they want to do.
Yeah.
So like when you step back from the situation, this is what I always try to do in like situations like this. Like you step back and you take a wider view of it. The second that you mention someone in a lawsuit and you say that that person in the lawsuit, like a fellow reactor, is favoring one artist over the other, right? Favoring Kendrick, and that they're getting paid behind the scenes to do it. Drake has a very loyal fan base, right? He's got a fan base who rides for him. What do you think is going to happen to those creators that are mentioned? They're going to start getting attacked, right? It doesn't matter if Drake is suing them. I know he's not suing them, but because of that, that just creates this whole collateral damage effect.
Right.
So that's one effect and one consequence of it. And there's crazy fans out there. You
Absolutely.
know, fan is root for fanatic. So like you're putting them into the battle for no reason. And then beyond that, what it does too, and this is what annoyed me, is because we have so many battles with copyright claims, content ID, and with the labels. So if all of a sudden this can be weaponized, like whitelisting, because I'm always fighting to try to get, you know, my breakdowns whitelisted, to try to get it so that the reactors can get their fair share.
Right.
Right? Because legal copyright and fair use, like we should be getting 50% of all of this. But a lot of times labels take advantage of the YouTube copyright system and it makes it so difficult to access it without like the threat of going to court. Well, me versus a giant record label in terms of court fees and all that, like it's you know, it's easy to get bullied out of situations.
Right.
Yeah.
So like the second that all of a sudden you start to weaponize that, what do you think labels are going to do? They're never going to want to whitelist artists or help out artists again or do anything like that. In fact, they'll probably double down on the copyright strike system and on making our lives more difficult. So all of a sudden, you're now affecting our livelihoods.
Yeah.
You're affecting how we make a living. So that's where I had an issue with it because I stepped back and I saw the bigger picture of how this affects the greater ecosystem and how this is going to have effects. I'm already starting to see some of the effects of it, like in terms of the claims that I have to deal with behind the scenes and what I'm seeing. It's like there's a new sort of organization now of publishing I've never gotten claim from before, but they're like just blanketing everything right now. It's crazy.
And
Damn.
it's unfortunate
They're
because
just
you
like-
guys,
And I was gonna say this premise. They're just like sending out notice, like, "Hey,
It's weird. I've never seen this before. It's weird because obviously like Sony is separate to UMG, but now they're like together. Like it's a huge claim. It's like they're all kind of like uniting
know there's
behind the
three
scenes.
big
So
ones,
it's
right?
like yeah.
And so now there's like a fourth, or like, oh no, you're saying like they're collaborating.
Yeah, it's like
Oh.
it's like a weird publishing supergroup now
yeah.
that we have to deal with. But yeah, I mean that's just like the collateral damage, and I feel like was this thought about? Was this purposefully done to like ruin all of reactors? Because at the end of the day, it also hurts Drake. Like, you piss off all the reactors, like, we're also giving you free promotion.
Promoting,
We're like
yeah,
we're like the
literally.
modern day DJs, aren't we? You know, like
Yeah.
like the mixtape DJs back in the day, and who they would put on and stuff. Like, that's kind of what reactors helped to do. So no, I don't think it was like maliciously intended that way to go after the reaction community, but because it wasn't thought through, that's my issue. Because it will have effect.
Yeah,
it
it's a
will have a
byproduct
lasting
of
impact
that.
and
It's
be
a-
collateral damage. So that was my issues with the situation. I just wish that we would have been left out of it.
It's understandable because that caught me off guard when I first saw him. Like, wait, why are you talking about Zeus? Or like, why are you talking
Yeah.
about
Yeah, because
No Life Shaq
he
or
threw
something like
Zeus
that.
in there. He threw Shaq in
Shaq
there. Like,
threw
Wait,
Cock,
Shaq?
No Life Shaq? He threw freak.
Shaquille O'Neal.
No,
No,
Life Shaq.
No Life
he's
Shaq.
He's a creator on YouTube as well. But at the end of the day, you guys are all in the same community.
yeah,
So it's like, if you're attacking these guys for dropping this content, and you guys drop the same content surrounding the beef, because you guys are reacting as the videos are coming out, that whole period of time, Kendrick just dropped. Oh, Drake just dropped.
Yeah.
Kendrick just dropped. Y'all are just dropping as it's going. So if you guys are all dropping your opinions, and you guys are essentially putting out the same content at one time, you guys are all grouped in together.
Yeah.
So for certain people to get picked out, he's coming at the whole community, even
Well,
if he's not. Yeah.
That's well put, because that's the other knock-on effect is people will go, well, they also reacted to this at the same time, so they must be like them, and then they put us all under the same umbrella. So it is you come for a few of us, you're coming for the whole community, because it's just all the side effects of it. But yeah.
I love how everyone rebelled too, even at that time. Like once this came out, the amount of reactors that came out, because I keep in touch with like this type of stuff. A lot of them came out dropping. He dropped a track. He dropped a diss track.
Oh, you dropped the diss track?
Yeah,
Oh,
he dropped
I
a
gotta
diss
hear
track.
it.
Mad people came out just like, yo, like Drake, you know what you just did, right?
Yo, and I did a go-go switch up on it too.
Oh, I
DMV,
gotta-
bro.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
listen,
saying, bro.
I had
The
to
thing is,
sauce
I'm
it.
not listening to music like that at all.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tap in.
I had to
I'ma tap in.
I had to put the go-go on it, because like I was like, all right, we'll do this, we'll address this, and then we'll also rep a little bit for.
That's what's up.
Say, look, I'm gonna tap into that. I
Yeah.
promise you that.
Nah, it's what it
Yeah.
is. It's a
I mean,
time.
because like I'm a rapper, so like if I have an issue, I'm not gonna run around and tweet about it. I'm not gonna run around and post on socials. I'm just gonna make a track on it and deal with it in that way, because that's how I deal with things. So
All right, as a rapper, all right, let me ask you this, because this is something that I've been. Where would you rank Jadakiss in your tier?
Ooh.
Jada is so underrated. He is so underrated.
Kiss of Death is one of my favorite albums, and I clocked that. Not
Yo,
that
you
many
remember
people-
you remember the verses when he just went absolutely ham?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
my
He's in
God.
New
What
York.
an
Everyone was
iconic
going
situation,
crazy on
man.
that.
Bro,
Like,
that verses.
he was
like-
on one. He was
Yeah.
on one that night.
He destroyed it.
What's his name? The guy from Dipset, Z something. Bro, he was a fool that night. I hated
Yeah.
him so much. I thought Dipset would have won. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm a Lox fan. I'm a really living off experience. I rock with it heavy, right?
I love Cameron.
But I just
Jewels,
thought,
like Dipset. Going into it, you're right. I would have said probably Dipset.
but they put Yonkers, like they show what Yonkers can do.
Mm-hmm. They just brought the energy that night, and Jada was just he was on a different level.
Jada's
When you
fire.
think of me, you think of a problem. Who, what, when, and how you gonna solve them? Automatic or revolving? KI double lesson. Here's the lesson. Most beams are infrared, but mine is fluorescent.
I'll tell you, like, I think it says something when you have top tier lyricists always shouting out Jada, right? That shows how much he is respected by other lyricists.
Wait, which rappers shouted?
Eminem's put Jada in his top 10 before.
Oh.
He shouted him out. Yeah.
Okay.
Till I Collapse.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Till I
Yeah.
Collapse?
Okay.
We did
Well,
it.
you know what's
We did it.
crazy?
Yeah.
I've never okay, so I'm more of a fan of Slim Shady than Eminem himself, just because like I like that type of creativity. For me,
Yeah.
it was just like I hate horrorcore rap, like it's really bad. But Slim Shady is the only rapper that I'll ever say I can listen to just because of how creative he is with the wordplay. I've never been like I went out of my way to listen to Eminem, but I can tell you Eminem songs. But from everything that I know about Eminem, I put him as number one in my top best lyricists of all time, solely because of his wordsmith. Like I've never seen a rapper that has that type of wordsmith. The second, Jadakiss.
Jadakiss. That's valid. I'll give you that.
That's what I really put Jadakiss up there.
Jadakiss can rap. I feel like, and he's someone that people don't give enough credit. And I feel like it's just because there's so many more people that are like more out there. I feel like Jada's always been good in his lane.
I'm just thinking like Jada. Like I feel like Jada has always been underappreciated because he just hasn't had that many like radio hits.
Yeah.
What was the biggest? Y blew up. I remember when Y took off.
Because
back in the day.
I blame Anthony Hamilton.
Why was
Anthony
a dope
Hamilton?
concept track?
I blame
Yeah.
Anthony Hamilton. Like, I'll be very honest. Anthony Hamilton carried it.
Anthony Hamilton.
I love why, but
I like Anthony Hamilton.
but
Anthony did carry that.
Jizza,
yeah.
I'll put him number 3. Ooh.
Jizza.
Ooh.
I don't know if
Ooh,
you
that's
guys are
good.
hip to.
See, I like repping the East Coast though. I like repping
Yeah,
the
yeah.
East Coast.
Bro,
Right?
I'm gonna
I
be
like that.
honest, Like the West Coast, I like the West Coast sound, but I get so fixated on the beat that I never really pay attention to the lyrics. That was my biggest problem. I clocked that a few years ago. Like I really love the West Coast sound, but I just can't.
I feel like New York cats and like East Coast in general has always been more cerebral with the lyricism.
Yeah.
Right? They've been more like stacked and layered with the lyrics. Like West Coast was more vibes.
Vibe. Yeah, that's a
Yup.
good word for it.
And more sound and like movement type of ish,
Better production
you know?
too. The West Coast
Oh
has
yeah,
so
you
much
can't
better production.
you can't
Guaranteed.
touch West Coast production. Like
Yeah.
even me being East Coast, like West Coast is probably my favorite production.
Yeah, but when it comes to lyricism, and personally, I just think I prefer the East Coast, just because I feel like, for one, East Coast side, you know, but nah, it's also because like,
We were all raised on East Coast, so
Exactly.
you know what
yeah.
I mean. Like
but I just feel like as though that they're just, I don't know, it just like all goes well. Even with the raw beats, I just prefer that more.
Yeah.
That whole like, Roger, you hip to Coast Contra?
yeah,
Coast Contra.
Bro,
hell yeah.
Like that's right now, like I'm rocking with him heavy right now.
East Coast.
I just-
I'm supposed to. That's a good reminder. I gotta hit up Rio because he's producing a track for me on my new album. So
That's
Oh, wait,
what's
for real?
up.
Yeah.
Oh
up.
yeah,
That's what's
you
up.
gotta.
yeah.
Hey, you know what? I might do a reaction. I'm gonna peep it.
I
I'm gonna
I rock with Coast Heavy, but you know,
Coast
even
Contra's fire.
like Eric Jamal, he's East Coast.
There you-
Like
No, we got lyricists here. We definitely got lyricists here. One of my favorite albums of all time. Well, my number one, but it's like tied with 3 different albums in total. But my number one favorite album is one of them is Under Pressure by Logic, and that's one of my favorite albums too. Just because like sonically, I just think it sounds really really good. And that was back when I feel Logic was a lot more cohesive with his flows. Because you know with Logic, when he raps, it can go here, there, everywhere.
it's Logic is like hit or miss.
It's real
I
unstructured,
feel like
yeah.
for a lot of
so
people.
It's like, I feel like when it came to Under Pressure, I feel like things were a lot more solid. There's a more solid flow throughout the album, and even with his things. 'Cause you know he's
I
really-
loved early mixtape Logic. Like
Young
obviously
Sinatra.
being an
Young
MD cat,
Sinatra,
like
I
we
love
were
that.
we were
had
past
the
that
poster.
early. Like we
Yeah.
were past Logic mixtapes. Like you know, I think it's like trendy. Like yeah, I knew them before they blow up. But yeah, I was bumping Logic before he blew up. Like
sure.
if you were MD and tapped into the underground scene, you knew who Logic was.
Logic really carried.
Logic's fire. 5 a.m.
For
that
me,
was my first song I heard from him. 5
I don't
a.m.
like Logic right now. I'm mad.
Why is
I'm
that?
gonna be very, very honest with you guys. I've been trying to play Logic in chess, and he keeps cooking me. He has a AI bot
Yeah.
named Logic with his face on it.
Really?
Yeah, and I just Logic is actually it's too good, and he be talking smack too virtually, bro. I'm not making this
You
up.
getting whipped by AI Logic?
Yes, bro.
Dang, bro.
I'm not
Man.
making this up. Like,
You know who talks trash a lot? Duolingo.
oh yeah,
Duolingo.
Duolingo.
Dude, Duolingo was tapping into the Kendrick Drake beef, and they were tapping in with
They're on the Kendrick side.
The
Yeah.
bird died, the owl died. That
Yeah, the
was
owl passed away.
crazy.
And one of the comments they're like, oh, they're checking into the other owl guy. He's talking about Drake or something like that.
Nah,
they were being more direct than Joey Badass.
Yeah,
Like,
Joey's one of my favorite lyricists as well.
Yeah.
Him,
but again,
Capital
East
Steez.
Coast. We talking East Coast cats. Like
I'm still like Lil Wayne really said longer than Nigerian hair or tougher than Nigerian hair.
yeah, he just says like these random ass lines, doesn't he? But you're like, they work. And I feel like if any other artist said it, it wouldn't work. But because Wayne said it in the way that he delivers it, like
He said,
it just hits.
what did he say? I think it was on a Trippie Red song. He said, it ain't A-okay, but it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Man.
Wayne just be saying stuff, but he's fine. I swear, when it comes to punchline rap, Wayne
yeah.
is absolutely number one for me. And he freestyles pretty much everything. So like, he doesn't
Because
really
he doesn't
write.
remember.
Yeah, that's why there's so many songs he doesn't remember because
I know.
he's just putting out so much stuff and just saying stuff. To be able to think of these things off the top of my head. Matter of fact, can we do this? Can we do this now? I want to play a game with you guys.
Okay,
And I thought, and I came up with I came up with it today.
You just I'm a little worried about that look you just gave both of us right there.
No,
You
I just wanted to confirm. So the game is called Entendre, right? We'll be given a random prompt or random subject or whatever the case is from Jamar. So it's a unbiased third party, and we'll be given, I'd say, probably about a minute or so to come up with the best rap line we can think of off of strictly that. So if you want to add double entendres if you can, or like some crazy wordplay or whatever, it's only going to be within about a line or so. So
Are
like
we
a
all
line,
getting
maybe 2
the
lines.
same prompt, or is he doing?
Yeah, we're
like
all going to get the same
okay.
one. Honor code, so I trust you to not go through Google or ChatGPT or anything like that. Like, type in your notes app or whatever. Once we're done, we'll showcase our line. We'll leave it up to the audience to decide who made the best one. We'll explain whatever meanings behind the line that you mentioned. We'll judge it how we see fit, and we'll probably just send it to each other on Instagram so we can all see the bar, so you don't have to show us your line or you have to repeat yourself 80 times. Like, we can just read it.
All right.
Valid?
Yeah, that works.
So, Jamar, I'll have you put... Is a minute valid? Do you think a minute would be fine?
Sure.
Okay. So, I'd say you can put a minute on a timer, and you'll give us a random subject or random prompt or random something just for us to go off of. Give us something to go off of, and we'll have to think of a rap line to go off of that.
Huh?
Anthem. The word anthem.
Anthem. All right, bet.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
60 seconds. Sounds up.
Okay.
All right, yo, I don't need a beat. I got power like Tyreek. Matter of fact, like Ghost. Matter of fact, I'm a phantom. You're now tuning in to the anthem. There you go.
Okay.
Better than yours and yours. I'm the best. Forget the rest. Say it with my chest. Ah! I'm a Loch Ness monster. Pull up in a monster truck. That is.
Yeah.
Okay. Valid. I think the line I came up was, loyal man the way I keep her, call this the anthem for,
Aw, love you, boy.
like, anthem health keepers.
Yeah, that's
but,
what
like,
I thought.
This is like the anthem, like the song.
Oh, wait. Like Anthem, like the insurance.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's close. That's up.
But like this is the anthem, like the song.
I like it. I got popping like Drake, Ghost Rider in the Phantom, tires spinning, throw a tantrum, throw it up to UGK. This ain't a game, but I play his anthem.
R.I.P. to UGK. That was tough.
Yeah. Okay. Valid.
I want to do more like Quint Miller and like the Ghost Riding Drake line. Yeah, that was my entendre I was running through.
You know, I actually really like Quentin Miller's music. Like him as an artist himself, I loved him.
He has a song called Potential that I really like.
Yeah.
That would have been. See, I like to do like even bars, so I wanted 4 bars. That was only 3. So like, because we ran out of time, I was getting ready to flip into the Quentin Miller.
I don't know why we played this game with him.
I didn't want to say anything. Like I was like, this feels like a very unfair game, but I wasn't. Like I was just staying quiet over here. Like okay, we're gonna.
It's like
I like. It just felt like an easy serve, didn't it? Like you just threw me an alley oop, and I'm just like, okay. All
Maybe
right,
I just
yeah,
wanted you to
like Steph Curry coming into the room. Hey, you guys, I got a game for us. We're all gonna play horse. All right.
I
feel like I kept it low key though.
Yeah, like
I did.
I'll just play around with it. I could have added 8 more bars. So just keep it.
That's why I did a freestyle, because I'm like, yo, he's gonna have something tough, so I'm gonna just like freestyle so I can look tough, like.
Fair enough.
Mine's all strategy.
You say we should have talked about that, like have telepathy.
I was trying to
we could have
hint at you.
freestyled that, but like mirroring effect, like because he got on the phone. I'm sat like, oh shit, I should be like putting my shit on the phone too. Like it
Just make it
Not
seem
gonna
like
lie,
I'm
really
doing
thinking
if
something.
I was on the phone, I would have cheated. I'm not even gonna lie. I would have cheated. I would have went on ChatGPT. Hey, write me the best bar in the world right now.
That goes to show your integrity.
Bro, it's a
I said
game.
honor system though.
It's a game for one in the Melanin podcast. Of course, the host is gonna cheat
That's why I wanted Uno twice.
again. So we had a script.
wow.
We had a
Wow,
script.
here we
No,
go.
we had a script. It was a rigged game, but
It wasn't a rigged game in the slightest.
You literally broke up with your boyfriend. You said, "Yo, I need."
Can
a
you
win."
stop
I said,
saying
I got you. I said, "I got you, man."
Bobo's
Yo,
back.
there's no. Yo, I shouldn't have to explain this.
Okay, the game wasn't rigged. Is that what you're gonna say?
The game was not rigged, and I want you to clarify all context
Oh, you're not ready? Okay, Bilal said he's not ready. So,
You're not-
Bilal does not have a
I
boyfriend.
thought you were gonna bring him to the next family function.
Don't do that.
You literally said you have
did
a
say
big
that.
announcement to make.
Yeah.
You know what blows me about this? I might make a reel about this just to see what responses we'll get, but I don't want to
People
do
are gonna say, Bilal, it's okay.
It's okay.
Was that a Freudian slip? What blows me about this?
it. Pause. Okay. I can't stand y'all because that works. That's what pisses me off about it. Oh man. But let's circle back. I feel like we should circle back. What are you currently working on?
What am I working? Oh,
What projects you got going on right now?
Yeah, man. Like it's kind of a weird space because I dropped my album Chaos Theory 2 in November, and like that was the most successful album rollout I've had so far. Like it's done I think we hit like 1.3 million streams on it. Like do that independently. Had a bunch of singles with it. Like I'm in a weird space because I'm kind of working on an album, but I'm kind of not at the same time. Like it's gotta be right. Like I'm working, I'm putting out a lot of music that I'm working on, but like I really want this to be something special. And I think the other thing too is, we talk about like bringing it back to regional sounds and like regional call outs. So I really want to do something with this next project it's very DC. It's very PG. Yeah. And it shows love to our community and it highlights that. It highlights our lingo, it highlights our sounds, highlights what we do, and like getting back to putting on that authenticity. And I'm excited about that because like the few that I've got so far, like it's building. And then obviously I just feel like when there's more chaos like in the world or in my own life, and there's been a hell of a lot of it, like that's when I make my best art. And like not to be like depressing, but like there's been a lot of chaos that's inspired me. So it'll be interesting to see where we kind of end up. Like I don't know, it's really tough because when you set out to make an album, it's how much do you guide it or how much do you let the music kind of guide you into what the themes are going to be and how you're going to connect it all and put it together. And right now, like, there's a lot that's just kind of speaking to me that's, I'm excited for the next chapter.
Let me ask you something, right? I'm not, so like, will you let me be on the intro for the next album?
Yeah.
I bet, because I Googled it. Hold on. I went on ChatGPT, I Googled it. So that's a verbal agreement. And it is contractually binding. So especially depending on the circumstances, and since I say will you agreed, so I will be in the intro for your next album.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. You guys see that.
See, the thing is, we didn't specify what that intro would be.
Hey, I'm okay with it as long as I'm on the intro.
Just take a part of the One in a Million podcast.
Honestly,
and
I
put
could.
That into...
I've got some. Yeah, we'll talk about this. Like,
Hey.
you don't need to contract me out for that. Like, we can figure out something.
Oh, I mean, no, we
can
we
literally
can figure out something really dope.
And if you don't put me on, I'm gonna drop some diss tracks.
He's gonna drop a diss track.
ChatGPT's gonna help you write some diss tracks.
I don't have time for a family feud. I can't be doing this right now.
Well,
Fair
Uncle
enough.
Jerry's not gonna like that.
You know that because family matters. You know.
Whoa! You would have won the entendre game with that one. All right, Drizzy.
See, that wasn't the word though.
Yeah.
He said anthem. Nah. What do you think is more of like a heavy burden on you? I guess. What do you feel is more impactful on your personal life, and maybe not like feelings wise, more so like how you operate throughout your day to day, being a reactor or being a rapper?
I think it takes more conscious work to be a reactor and content creator because I've been an artist my whole life. So like that's just natural. Like even if I didn't have a platform, I would still be making art because it's like it's my coping mechanism. It's my outlet. Like it's just that's a part of me and who I am. You know what I mean? So like I feel like that probably has more of an impact on my life because that is who I am. But in terms of what will probably directly affect my day more because it takes more conscientious work is the being a YouTube content creator and reactor on that side.
Okay.
How you like that for a dual answer? There you go.
No, here's my question, right?
Yeah, he's like, all right, bet. Yeah.
What's so funny about that? Hold on.
Just the way you said it.
You just seem like you're plotting. Like, I got something for him. Just
No, this is a genuine. I've always this is a question that I've always like been curious about, right?
Okay.
With rappers, have you ever just like had a bad experience? Like, let's say you went to Coastal Flats, right? And your pasta is not like cooked right. It's like undercooked. Would you ever like make a diss track towards a chef? I'm being 100% serious because sometimes when I'm at a restaurant and I get mad, I'd be writing free like diss tracks.
I think there was one time. What's like the silliest thing I've written a rap about?
Well, it's not silly. It's a serious thing.
Yeah.
Hold on. Why?
Yeah, okay.
It's like how you have a bad.
I feel stupid asking this question. No, this is not a safe space.
Why
Guys.
you trying to play him like he's
My
like?
bad.
I'm
You were being vulnerable. You were having a family moment. And I did that. I did that.
Aunt Joey's
No.
not gonna like this. I'm
Damn.
sorry.
Aunt Joey?
You don't have to.
yeah,
Come on, don't be mean.
I'm not.
I
Being
mean, I
mean,
did.
man.
I lost my wallet in an Uber one time, and I did write like a diss on the Uber driver in that whole situation. So
know
like,
what's so-
you know what I'm saying? Like, I did actually do that. So like, I was so pissed that my wallet was missing, and like,
That's,
I'd never release that. I will never release that because you don't make a song out of that.
How you gonna blame the Uber? You blame the whole corporation because he dropped his wallet in the car?
Because it was just misplaced anger at the time, and somebody's got to get it, bro. I couldn't take accountability in that situation, so the Uber driver was getting the smoke at the time. Like it just.
You know what? That's fair.
That's
fair.
That's so funny to me.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's like you get 9 nuggets out of 10. It's like screw McDonald's,
Yeah,
bro.
I'm saying Ronald McDonald is a.
That's funny.
No, but the amount of times I've written diss tracks in my door, I'll just be like just dissing somebody for no reason whatsoever, just because I had a bad day
Yeah.
or a bad experience. Like you know my beef with Uber. My beef
Yeah.
with
I was about to say
Google.
it's funny you mentioned
You got
Uber. 'cause he has
Uber
beef with
beef.
Uber.
I got a beef with Uber. They charged me for something that I should. Bro, they charged me for an order that I placed that took over 2 hours to come, that never showed up. When I canceled it, they charged me.
No,
And when I
no, that's arch nemesis type vibes right there.
I contacted them. They said there's nothing we can do. I was
Yeah.
like, all right, bet. Not rocking with them.
Is Uber the biggest villain?
Uber is my biggest villain.
Who's your
besides
biggest
Google.
villain?
And just in life?
Yeah, in life. Who's your life adversary?
I despise the entire profession of a tow truck driver. People who go out their way to just take people's cars, and it's not even them because it's their job. But the premise of it pisses me off.
You know what? I'm with you
All
on
right.
that.
Statute limitations, yeah, I'm good. One time, I got a car towed. I hopped the fence, checked to see that there were cameras. There weren't any cameras in the tow lot. Sat in the car and waited for them to open up to bring in a new car, and then I drove out.
That's so smart and evil. But
Wow.
that happened to me, but not like that. I got my car towed. Me and my boys showed up to the towing place. We entered, and we're talking to the lady, right? And she verbatim tells me, you can just grab your car and go. You'll be fine. We get my car. We leave. 2 weeks later, the cops show up at my house saying I didn't pay. I show them the video of her telling me I can do it. She said, well, they're saying that you got to go pay for your car. So I had to go back and pay $150. I was pissed.
See, I was pissed with the tow company because they had just towed my car a day before. And I paid that. So they got me again at a spot that I was told, because I was at one of my boys' house, and he's like, yeah, you can park here. And we were then going out after that, and then I come out and the car's gone again. And then I look up like who the tow company was, and it was the same tow company. I'm like, I'm not doing this again. I'm not double paying you. Like, and it was literally there for like an hour.
I'd be
You want to know how my New Year's was ruined this year?
Go on.
My wife's car got towed. On New Year's. Exactly. An hour before New Year's, up until 2 hours after New Year's, we were looking for a car. We thought it got stolen. We parked right in front of our uncle's crib.
Yeah.
Right where we always park. Every single day of the year, we always park in this one spot directly in front of his house. That's one night, a tow truck came and took the car. We did not hear nothing. We checked the Teslas, like you know how Teslas have like those security cameras? Did not see a single thing. We thought the car actually got stolen. So we called the cops thinking like, yo, the car got stolen. Because the police, you know how like once a car gets towed, they have like, the tow company will put like an hour later, they'll like write down where the car is, whatever.
Yeah.
There was nothing in the system. The cops showed up. They were taking a police report, everything.
Damn.
Then they finally, after like around 2 a.m., it finally is entered into the system. And we found out that I got towed.
I swear, bro.
That's a nightmare.
And now y'all see why I hate just the profession.
I get
bro.
like I think we've established that's the greatest life adversary right there. Is tow truck drivers.
that and people putting
Yeah.
that and
Uber.
people putting boots on cars.
You know, and just because we said it, because I feel like it today, like McDonald's can get it
McDonald's.
too.
Yeah, no,
They can get it.
for sure.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A's better anyways.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, no, what? This is not even debatable.
In-N-Out too. I wish we had an In-N-Out in this area.
Never had In-N-Out. I've never had In-N-Out.
You've never had it.
We even went down to Texas. I didn't even get to stop by there.
We
I didn't have
really
it.
have a very long list we got to give you now.
There's so
Thanks.
much that I have
Yeah.
to do and experience in life that I
I
haven't
mean,
done yet.
you've done Raising Cane's, right? That's in the
No.
area now.
They
Never
just
done what?
Wait,
no,
wait,
they just opened one nearby.
Like 4 years ago.
No, they opened one recently. That was like
Oh,
they opened
right,
a new
it
one
is,
recently.
okay.
But I've never had Raising Cane's.
Oh, they're all over PG. Like Raising Cane's is like the new thing.
It's because I'm here. I'm
Texas
just
toast,
I
the
don't
dipping
go.
sauce. I still think Chick-fil-A's better though. But In-N-Out's a good shout.
I'm gonna try it. I want to try it.
Have you guys ever heard about Heart Attack Grill
What?
in Nevada?
No.
There is a burger joint. If you have to go on a scale, and if you weigh over 500 pounds, you get to eat for free.
Heart attack.
Wait,
Grill.
huh?
Heart Attack Grill. It's a restaurant in Nevada.
And people actually try to do it?
You know those those huge factory scales?
Yeah.
That you stand on that. The screen will show you your size. If you weigh over a certain weight, you get to eat for free. And people are visibly upset when they don't weigh that
Make it.
500 pounds or whatever it is.
I just don't think that's worth it. Like,
No, it's not. They had a spokesperson who died. He died a few years ago.
Dang.
Yeah.
Do you think it's like one of those carnival games where they rig it so like you never hit that amount?
For this, I don't think it is rigged.
Okay.
that's very cynical. That is very cynical of you.
Yeah.
Good. You've been paying attention to all of our conversations
course, bro.
now.
I try, bro. I'm just trying to
We've
think-
converted them.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think outside the box. Bro.
Yeah.
I'm family at the end of the day, right? I'm family. Oh man, I feel this was fun. I just want to say
I enjoyed
that.
this.
This was a pleasure, man. Yo,
Well, I gotta. Oh no, no. This is before we. Why did you want to do a podcast with two random guys?
yes.
Honestly,
I know we're
I
both.
just-
I know I'm very handsome. I know he's very incredibly handsome. I know that
I mean, it
I
runs in
look
the
like
family.
I look like young Denzel.
in all seriousness, yeah.
Yo, Jamal. He said,
I was trying to make a joke for you, and then he just not.
Dang.
I'm done.
That's foul. Yeah, why us of all people?
Because I saw that you guys are from the area. And like for me, like one of my things is like every time I shoot a music video, like I try to link up with local creators. Like when I do shows, always try to link up with local creators because for me, hip hop is about community. And you know, it's about connecting that community. So it was easily a no-brainer for me. And like I said, like I really don't do podcasts. Like I don't do podcasts with many people. I don't do many interviews. But the second that I saw where you guys were from, I checked it out. I'm like,
love.
That's
That's
love.
it.
That's love.
That's the reason.
Now, last
That's the reason
question
right there.
Who's
And
your
even when I was driving over, I'm like, have I made a bad decision? Because I know nothing about them. I have no idea what's going on. Like, what am I walking into?
We're a nice
You could have
bunch.
walked into
Yeah.
a crack house. You know that, right? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I could have.
hey, but you didn't.
You didn't know we?
Now, last
valid.
question: what would your dream collab track be? Let's talk it into existence.
Let's keep it local. Let's keep it local. I want to Wale.
Okay.
Valid.
Okay.
Wale.
Valid.
Yeah.
That's it. Just Wale.
Let's do like a cipher. Let's get like Wale. Let's get Corday on it.
Ciphers. I love
Let's
ciphers.
bring Logic on it. Like let's do it all.
I would love that. I would love a cipher.
Hey,
I
we're
actually
mentioning-
love ciphers.
Y'all are hearing this now.
A-Train?
Wale. A-Train's valid.
I love
A-Train's
that
so
one.
valid.
I love that one.
I always think about Danny Brown's verse on that
Yeah.
joint.
I rocked with heavy with Yellow
Yellow
Wolf.
Wolf. Yeah.
Yellow Wolf
Joey was on
killed
that
it.
joint. Yeah.
Yellow Wolf, in my opinion, had the better freestyle out of all of them.
That's valid. That's valid. That's valid. Wow, that was a whole thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, Wale, Logic, Corday, y'all hear this now. Tap in with bro for sure. Matter of fact, let's make it a One in a Mountain presents One Train D&B edition.
One trade.
Ooh.
Boom. But we don't have to call it
Silver
One Train.
line.
Silver line. Go. Thank you so much for joining us here
Yeah,
today.
thank you for
Clap
having
it up. Clap it up for Knox Hill for the one time.
Tell them where they can find you.
I don't even know
at.
which camera we're.
Oh, that's your camera.
This is your camera.
That's my
Tell them where they
camera.
can find you. You
Yeah.
know, all that.
YouTube, Knox Hill. Go on Instagram. It's Knox Hill DMV. DMV does not stand for Department of Motor Vehicles. It is DC, Maryland, Virginia.
Say that.
Always.
Say that.
That's what they say. I still say Department of Motor Vehicles.
Because he's not like us.
I'm not like you guys at all. I'm not like them.
Diss track coming soon.
I'm gonna be a feature. This talk trash. Oh, one thing that we like to do with our guests before we end off is, do you have a message that you would send to the youth or to your younger self? Anything that you'd like to give out to promote, just to send a good message out there to leave them off.
Don't let your past define you, and don't worry too much about your future. Focus on the moment and be present, and make the most out of every opportunity.
I like that. I actually love that. Well, I love that.
That's fine.
I needed that. I actually needed that, so I love that.
I appreciate that. Please like, subscribe, comment. Comment what you want to see us do next. Subscribe to Knox Hill. Get his merch. His merch is fire, by the way. It's like designed with the Pokemon logo.
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
But it says, gotta catch them all. The bars, like,
I like that.
it's fire.
Yeah.
You know, great minds think alike. You know, one in the mountain based off the Reese's logo. You see what I'm saying? Like, we're all there with it. So it's like, yeah. But yeah, thank y'all for watching.
Little
Thank
whole
y'all so
pro-
much for your support. We're gonna be on top of it for sure. Y'all be safe. Take care of yourselves.
Bye.
Spider, spider.